Plays flat to Campbell. Campbell on the outside and try time to the skipper. Tyler Campbell. Cut pass out to Stowers. Right foot, left foot, try. Reed Stowers in full flight. Inside to Campbell. Tyler Campbell.
Media Vintage Sports Network presents Play-by-Play podcast with Jordan Hughes.
You normally post us a run sheet.
I did last week.
No, you did. It was up there last
I
week.
gave you a week in advance.
That's why I thought it was last week, the podcast.
Yeah, you're just keen. All right, on that note, hello and welcome. We are back for season 2025 Play-by-Play Rugby, brought to you by the Media Vintage Sports Network. And what's going to be a very huge year for rugby in this country. And if you're new here, my name is Jordan Hughes, alongside these two superstars of the game, Tyler Campbell, and then we've got this guy for just a little bit longer, Ryan Stowers. Hello, lads. Welcome back.
It's good to be back, man. It's obviously been a big break and footy's been away for a while, but good to sort of see the Six Nations kicking off and Super Rugby building up nicely.
Good to see you, Ryan.
Yeah, good to be here.
How's your summer been?
Yeah, it was good. I've been training quite a fair bit.
Yep.
Quit my job to try to prepare better for a professional system, yeah. So.
San Diego Legion. Ryan will be on his way very shortly. How was you, mate? Off-season, a little America trip for you as well, I saw. Yeah,
got to sort of experience how they do the sporting world, which I thought was good. And I don't want to sound rude, but I think we're miles behind in terms of the atmosphere and the whole experience of going to a game there. You can sort of see why the crowds are massive. Got to do an NBA game at the new Intuit Stadium, or Intuit Dome, Clippers Warriors, and then a NFL game, and they were just both, eye-opening experiences. And you can see why there's a lot of money in that sport, because it's a whole spectacle, and whether you like the game or not, it's entertaining just being at the grounds.
What was that SoFi Stadium like to be there in person?
Unreal. You sort of go in, it doesn't look that big because it's quite deep into the ground. Like they've obviously lowered it, and we're in a pretty good seats for how expensive it can be to actually go to those games. But just the whole jumbotron, like having a jumbotron the whole size of the stadium, no matter where you sit, it's double-sided screens, and you can sort of watch the game up there. All the stats are up there the whole game, and then you can obviously look down and see the different routes and stuff like that. So it's actually good to see an NFL game in person. A lot different than watching on TV. Like you can see the matchups between sort of corners and safeties versus receivers, and sort of the checkers and chess that sort of goes around with all that stuff. Sort of like going to an AFL game.
Was it a good game?
Different stuff. No, it wasn't the best game. It was Cardinals-Rams.
Stinker.
It was quite an average game, actually. But it was actually good seeing how the D prepares and all the movement in the D. Like, I didn't know how much... you look at your linebacker, like your defensive captain, and how much he's pulling and pushing people and making them move positions. That was actually quite good to see, because obviously we only see the line of scrimmage on TV and the quarterback. You don't actually see everyone shifting, the late pitches, the safety dropping down at the last minute to sort of get that rush and give that extra man in the rush. Like, that was really cool to see how they sort of plan and prepare for all that. And
all you Madden heads as well.
Yeah, watched a lot of Madden, so I've seen all they're in cover two. Oh my God, they're disguised.
Yeah,
all that stuff. I was actually full into it going on. Didn't realise how well they do it. It's like way more way more sort of intense than actually Madden, because Madden's pretty obvious what's going on. That was just like...
Bro, that's sick. While I was staying with you, I want to give you, I guess, pump your tyres up. Ohio State, mate, national champions. Well done, brother.
Yeah, we'll take that one. I think I called it. Obviously, I'm going to call it every year that it's Ohio State, but obviously that Michigan loss was in the flag situation. It wasn't looking good, but to sort of, I know people saying, you lost games, like you shouldn't have been there, but we had the hardest run, I thought, to win that. We beat...
I think you beat five of the top 5 teams in the country or something.
We beat Tennessee. We ended up beating... going against Oregon, who hadn't lost a game, and put on a clinic.
Us,
Go and beat Texas, who were looking good, and then Notre Dame upset 2 teams, and and there's no point in that game. I thought we were losing that national championship maybe until the last sort of 3 minutes when they went on a bit of a run in that back end of the fourth quarter. But the freak of a kid stepped up, Jeremiah Smith, with that 3 and 11, and just pumped it to him downfield. Yeah,
unreal. I'm interested to see how Will Howard goes off the board at the draft too.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who steps up for us at quarterback. There's one, apparently, that's
We've lost both your coordinators as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting.
Anyway, we won't worry about too much for the time being. We played a bit of League Nines, I saw, boys, in the Premier League Nines. You went against each other. Ree, how was that competition playing?
Yeah, it's just keeps getting bigger every year, Like the influx of ex-NRL players that are coming down to play, and that they don't have to do that. They come down. And even for the fans as well, it's a different experience. It's all open, so the fans can just walk up to all those players at any time. And the team that I was with was stacked with NRL boys, but you just see how good of like just people they are. Like every time someone would come up to them, they would always walk out the tent, give them as much time as they wanted, and then come back in and then still do like all the professional stuff that you'd see pros doing, like rolling out, all that stuff. But yeah, always making times for the fans. And Alex Glenn as well, like he like said that he's like, we need to keep it like this. We don't want it to blow up and get into a stadium, because as soon as you go into a stadium, like you're secluded away from the
country
fans.
footy vibe.
Yeah.
Who was on your team? Normie Corin-Dorman as well?
Normo, Sigiaro,
Oh, wow, yeah.
Milford,
Milford,
Adam Blair.
Wow.
Josh Hoffman.
Big dogs.
And then we lost to a couple of Sevens boys from New
Yeah,
Zealand.
so I heard Tyler got it done over you. What was it there?
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, we were awful in our first game. Like, we had a lot of fucking good athletes in our team. A few boys that were sort of in that development sevens that went to Fiji.
Yep.
A couple of boys actually have debuted for New Zealand in Dubai, the one just before
okay.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So, you know, some good quality sort of union boys. But the first game, we just kept forgetting the wrestle, like the old tackle and roll away and quick play of the balls, and got sort of ripped up around the ruck. So we were lucky to sort of fix that up a bit. And I think the way we played, sort of shifting side to side and having that bit of sevens experience, tired out a few teams. And, you know, we went down in our quarter against a team that won it in the sort of last minute. So,
And you was smoking them.
yeah, we kind of just faded off a bit. And
Cooked it.
well, we hadn't even trained. Like, we had 4 boys that were here living in Oz, and then we rocked up.
The rest came over from New Zealand for the...
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So the rest come from NZ. We had 5 of us from Oz. So one came from Perth, one from Sydney, and 3 that are here. And then they brought those boys in, and we sort of Thursday they had a session. I didn't go to that one, but then we had a Friday captain's run, and then rolled into the tourney. So we didn't have much time to prepare. So if they come back next year, I think we'll be better for it. But I'm not sure what their plans are, because they kind of tour the world. They've done Dubai, they've done Edinburgh. So I'm not sure what their next big trip is.
It's a good comp. Like, he really wants to, what I've heard, I think it's Anthony Mitchell.
Yeah.
So he's the CEO, Titan CEO's son.
Yeah.
And he's sound like he's a very good business mind. He wants to really expand this thing. So it's exciting to see what they can do.
I think they're learning too. Like, I went to the one last year, and I thought this year, once it was bigger, but they're starting to work out how to get that atmosphere going a bit too.
Yeah.
Like, having done a lot of sevens, obviously, it's been around the music and the stuff like that. They didn't really have that sort of music in between games and breaks and like that little stuff that they're going to slowly add in to build that atmosphere and get sort of more people drinking in the, like, they're the big
festival
VIP
vibe.
tent and that stuff will...
They need something on that hill, eh?
Yeah. Like,
If they put something on that hill, I reckon that's when it'll
Yeah,
start.
what's Tugun like as a venue for that? A good spot, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. The field is pretty fucking dodgy, but...
yeah, I don't know how they're going to go if it grows.
Right.
Because I don't think there's enough room around the outside. They may need not a stadium, you know, you've got bigger fields where people can sit. Like
More hill.
even like a field sort of like Bond with the seats and stuff around the outside, and you can turn that hill. Something sort of like that, that they could get sort of more spectators to. And yeah, I think once they get that vibe going, it's going to...
If you kept it on
really
one
grow.
field, I reckon Bond would be a good place to hold it.
Well, you got sort of a hill on both ends.
Oh, you
stadium,
got
sort of.
stands everywhere.
Got the big electronic scoreboard.
Yeah.
Only thing with it is that's like a union field. I don't think they want to give the money to a union club, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's a league field around like that. Even I was thinking maybe Tigers. They got a bit of a stand.
Yeah,
Something
Tigers,
like
yeah.
that.
Redcliffe, like that sort of.
No, keep it on the
Dolphins?
coast. Keep it on the coast.
Keep it on the
I
coast.
don't want to travel up there.
Yeah, fair. I'll stay on the news theme across the sporting world before we go into the rugby stuff. This is sort of your domain, Tyler. The NBA trade.
Bro.
You're an NBA guy. So, can you break it down for us in rugby terms? What would this be like an equivalent?
We're talking the Luka AD.
Sorry, a Luka AD.
There's been like 5 trades today as well. that have just
Let's
been
talk at
outrageous.
Luka AD.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. In terms of rugby, it would
People
be...
that don't understand what's going on.
So, if we're talking like key players, it's like a young, probably guy that just got to the final of I guess the World Cup. It'd be like trading Richie Mwanga for Jonathan Sexton. Would be my best thing. So
Okay.
Ireland, obviously, like the Lakers are Ireland in this case. They're a bit older. Didn't progress past the quarters. The All Blacks made it all the way to the finals, didn't win. Richie Mwanga's the young 10, who's like 26,
coming.
27, up and coming, still growing, and you make that sort of that trade. So the All Blacks take the older, experienced 10, and the...
What's your personal take on it?
I think for the Lakers, it's a great move.
Yeah.
I think it gives them a future post-LeBron.
Yeah.
if that makes sense. And I think I see where the Mavs are coming from in terms of I think they've had a bit of issues with Luka around weight control and other
I've
things.
seen that. Yeah,
There's been some pretty funny videos. There's one of him after winning the Western Championship holding a beer and
and the
GM
fella takes it straight off.
snatching it
him.
from
That's all
him.
come back
I
out
would have
again.
been. I would have grabbed that beer and thrown it at him. Like,
Yeah.
don't take a beer off a man after what
No.
he just done. But yeah, because Luka's a generational talent. Like 80's obviously good, but he's 32, 33 years old. Starting to lose that athleticism. He's probably got maybe 3 good years in him. So time will tell whether it was a
Yeah.
good trade or not. The Mavs still look like a solid team.
Well, the Mavericks, the owner, he's competent. Like, everyone's stemming this is ridiculous.
What's a
The
Mark
GM,
Cuban?
GM, sorry,
No,
yeah.
Cuban was shot.
Yeah, Cuban was like, what the?
'Cause
Like,
he's out now. He sold
Yeah,
his.
well,
yeah.
he's still got shares, but he
Right.
sort of
Doesn't own it
spread them out a
fully,
bit.
right?
Yeah, he doesn't have as much as he's not a majority owner anymore. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. Finally, staying on the American sports theme, NFL coming to Australia, 2026. The Rams are locked in, Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Yeah, I read somewhere they're looking at Rams Philly.
I reckon it'll be that too. 'Cause
If
they're the 2 Australian affiliate teams.
Yeah, if they do that, I would be keen to see Philly if Saquon's still playing
yeah,
around.
they.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't fly down for another Rams game if it was someone. I've done my one Rams game. It'd be good to see a sort of different variety of players.
And they're trying to get rid of Cooper Cup.
Oh, he's been traded.
He's already been traded.
Not traded, but they've told
They
Yeah,
put
him.
him-
yeah.
That's crazy, yeah.
Well, they didn't really use him. Like when I went down, I think he had 2 catches.
Yeah, because Puka just took
Puka's
off.
just
yeah.
taken off.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
And it's pretty funny with Puka. I think he's gone to the perfect team. I didn't realise it because obviously LA, there's quite a lot of Mexicans because how close it is to the border, or Spanish, and he's got
Right.
that sort of heritage behind him. And they are all there wearing the Puka shirt,
love
and
it.
they love him. It's so good for their
that's smart.
fan base.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. Let's talk about rugby now. Joe Schmidt, obviously the news just came out a few hours ago. He extended his contract until the end of the Rugby Championship, but he will be finishing up with the Wallabies. So once again, 4 coaches in 3 years on the hunt for another one.
This is fucked.
Initial thoughts, Reed.
This is so bad for Australian rugby. And he was doing really good things. Like, I don't think there's anyone that can sit here and say, nah, like, fuck, we've taken the wrong step by putting him as coach. But now, yes, it is the wrong step because now you've just wasted a year leading towards a World Cup and fuck, like another coach could come in and try to implement a completely different game plan. And I feel like what he was doing is something that
That's
Australian rugby could probably stick to and see benefits from it.
I think this was always his plan, though. And he's been known as a fix-it guy. Like he goes in, he's helped Ireland propel themselves forward, and then the new coaches come in and look how well Ireland's done. Like he's set them up. I think he's actually done a bit of that for Australia. Whether he's going to have done enough in 18 months to have a full sort of script flip will be very interesting. But yeah, it is a hard decision, and the big thing for me is who's next.
Yep.
Like I don't think they ever should have got rid of Rennie. Eddie Jones, we're not even going to talk about. We're just going to call that a blimp. Just a blimp in the radar.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's come in, and we've seen a lot of positive signs like that. Test, like they took, they beat England, beat Wales, pretty unfortunate against Scotland, and took Ireland, who are
To the
top
very end.
3 ranked team, right to the end. So there's a lot of improvement there. I think it's hard going into a Lions tour though. I think the best thing that goes for them is the continuity they're going to have of playing together compared to a team that's chucked together. But if he can sort of get some positive results there and sort of get that fan base back, hopefully they can bring someone in who can build on that. I generally don't know who's next.
So on that, so apparently there's chat about him staying in as a consultant role through the World Cup.
He did that with the All Blacks.
Which that, I guess, better than nothing, if we can take that.
I think that's awesome because the big thing is, like, obviously he's getting age. He wants to spend time with his family who are all in NZ, so I understand that. But if he can sort of consult and come back and forward and not have that restriction and still help out. He did it with Ireland for years too,
Yeah, so
before New Zealand got him back. So if he's still going to be around, I think that's still a positive for Australian rugby. And he can help
Honestly,
nurture the next coach.
I think it's not good enough, eh?
you're pissed off, Free.
I think it's bad. Like, Australian rugby needs more than anything stability right now, and they've just brought someone in for a year, and like we're not even going to get to see him
I
build
wonder
on
if,
it.
do you reckon this chat was tabled at the very start when he signed his contract, that this could happen?
Yeah.
It was?
There was always talks, but there's been rumours about it.
Right, okay.
Like only signing a 2-year deal sort of
I feel like
gave
that's
that away.
So I'll throw some names out for you. So Michael Checker's just been sacked from the Leicester Tigers.
He's had his chance.
Yeah.
Stephen Larkham.
I don't hate that. Obviously, another Aussie guy who's worn the jersey and can bring that pride in. It's pretty hard to comment on coaches we haven't been around either.
Yeah.
Like, he's had a good record with the Brumbies, but at the same time, like
I don't know.
obviously Dan McKellar's probably another one.
Les Kiss.
His
thrown out.
Kiss. I don't hate that either. He's obviously done good things at the Reds. If they win a Super Rugby Premiership, he's probably next in line.
Yes, and we'll see how that pans out. There's plenty of news going on. Rugby World Cup, the venue's been announced. Did you see this? The big news, obviously, Canberra didn't get any matches. So Perth, Sydney's got the grand final. Adelaide's got 5 pool games. Brisbane's got 2 quarterfinals, plenty of pool games. Melbourne, Newcastle, and Townsville. So obviously no Gold Coast for us, but no Canberra.
Townsville.
Yeah, they got 4 pool games up in Townsville.
Is there any clashes with the NRL?
I'm assuming it's October.
Oh, no, yeah, they won't
No.
be. NRL will be done, right?
They finish sort of that first week of October, don't
Yeah,
I think Townsville loves sport, though, so...
they? Townsville I don't hate. They were great
Actually,
when they had the rugby up there.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know when is it. Maybe it's not October. This is going to be early in the year because it's not as hot. I don't know what they're doing.
September?
Yeah, maybe probably September.
I think there might be I don't know, but they're playing in Townsville.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think the weather is a problem if they're playing up there.
Yeah, fact. I would have thought the Gold Coast would have got 1. Like Adelaide's got 5 games.
I think that's good though.
Adelaide.
That's how you
Got to grow the
game.
game. I agree.
Yeah.
I thought Seabus might have got
Same
some.
as Townsville. Those are places that
That's why
probably
they're doing
aren't. They don't have the private school and the rugby sort of union in their blood. So to get some of that there will help.
And they've got brand new stadiums. That's
Yeah,
the
so
big thing.
Canberra's interesting. I don't know why they don't have it.
It's the stadium.
Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne's got. Yeah, they had to give them some.
Canberra's a small ad stadium, eh?
And it's too old.
GIO.
Yeah, it's very run down.
Interesting.
All right, let's go into 2025. Some bold predictions, boys. I'll start with you, Rian. What do you got?
My prediction is that the Reds will make the final against the Blues.
Make the final.
The grand final.
And
And I think they'll win.
okay, Super Rugby champion.
As a bold prediction.
Yeah, I like it. TC.
I was actually going to go off the back of that. Like I was thinking the Reds would be in that final too.
Fuck, I got the same one.
but I reckon off the back of that success, I actually think the Wallabies might get a scalp, and I think they're going to win 2 games against the Lions. They're going to win 2 to 1.
Therefore, they win the series.
I just think a bit of continuity.
Okay.
I just think having played together, we saw a lot of improvement in the back end that year. I think it's hard for the Lions. Like you're bringing in guys in so many different systems from England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. I don't think the Wales.
They'll get 1 at
They
most.
might get 1 in, so they don't count. But like it's so hard. When you think of someone like Finn Russell, he's now got to play next to Bundy Arkey. Like it's hard when you go from different styles of 10. Like those sort of combinations, how they're going to work will be very interesting.
Just
And I
saying
think-
those 2, that gets me excited to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good.
But there's no way we know that they're going to work well together.
Marcus Smith is
Owen-
there as well.
I think Owen Farrell might be back in the equation.
Yeah.
Like there's so many good players that I think they could clash, and the different styles will clash. And I think the Wallabies can get that 2 to 1. If I was going to make a bold prediction,
That's a beauty. We love
clip
that.
this.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
save
clip
it.
it, clip it.
Got a second one, Ree?
Second one.
Second prediction?
No, that was it.
Yeah.
Both 2 teams, yeah.
Pick the final.
Pick the final.
I had Reds to make the Super Rugby final for me. That's my first one. I don't know if they'll win it, but I said they'll make it. The second one I had was James O'Connor to be back in the Wallabies squad at some stage. I can see him, I don't know, maybe new environment, new change of scenery, do a lot of good for him. Tyler, what do you got? Another one?
I might go NFL one.
Yeah, that's good.
And I thought my mate would does, but I think the Bears will make the playoffs next year.
Yes.
You like your
And
new coach?
I'm not going to say playoffs. I actually think they'll be like a 13-3 team, or 13-4.
You should definitely put a bet on that when it comes out. That'll be paying
I just
juicy.
think Caleb Williams will have a year of growth. Like obviously Jaden Daniels was great this year, but I think there's a lot of untapped potential with Caleb Williams, and I think with their draft assets and sort of they've got a lot of money, they can bolster that D a bit more and that O line, and I think it's that they're going to get a sort of they've got good weapons. I just think they can get a big turnaround this year. I
See,
think
they're
in a-
talking about going for Myles Garrett.
They should,
Yeah.
shouldn't they?
I don't think
They've got the cap
should.
space for he
He's
changes
the
that
best.
D.
Just fix the O line. Our D was actually
Yeah,
solid
but you
until
can
we had
trade
those
for him
injuries.
and you still have. Like,
But it's
you
what he
get a
does off the
pass
field.
rusher.
He's an aura, man. He just brings a presence.
I would get play every well just looking at him. He's fucking a beast.
Oh, I'd be happy.
6'5".
Yeah, you take it. wouldn't you?
I'd definitely be happy when I'm playing Madden.
He could be a new Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Anything else from predictions, rugby league wise or around the sporting world?
Tigers to make the 8 was my other one I was thinking.
Okay, I had
Jerome
Titans
Luai.
like that.
I reckon Jerome Luai, Deli M.
Well, that's
Holy.
bold, my boy.
I was thinking, I was like, maybe that's too bold. But
Nah.
I just think he's now going to have the chance to lead a team by himself. The only thing I think will go against him is playing those 3 Origin games. But I think having the chance to sort of shine, like we've seen it when he plays without Cleary, he sort of grows that extra level. And I think coming in a bit older now, he looks a little bit more mature. He's not in as much of the niggle. And I just think, he's got a good chance to take that Tigers team to the 8 and
I
get
reckon Bronx will probably win the comp. Ben Hunt's there this year, eh?
Yeah.
That's a big signing.
Yeah.
Ezra Man getting I get more for a fucking phone camera fine than he got for
He
his.
is a lucky man.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, you're cheering if you're him.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
That's how he learns from it, I guess. Alrighty, rugby has begun around the world. Six Nations Week 1, boys. Oh, the new Netflix docker. Have you watching that yet?
No, I haven't.
You
got
turned off
into it.
last year, eh? You didn't like it? Well, I know you didn't like it last year.
I got turned off when the bro was sucking about all the
Oh,
concussions.
yeah.
You Italian dude?
Huh? Yeah.
He was in this one.
Oh,
Oh,
not
carry
watching
on.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't mind. It was all right. Let's go from results, boys. England 22, Ireland 27. James Lowe, one of the best games I've ever seen him play in the Irish jersey. Thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I honestly did not watch too much Six Nations on the weekend. The whole working 5 days a week is kind of hard.
Yeah, crazy, eh?
I know, it sucks.
Jesus.
But no, like watching the sort of quick glimpse of the highlights, and I think there was a bit of pressure on him too. Like he probably didn't perform his best on that sort of tour at the end of the year for the foreign teams coming over, and I think he sort of put that claim back, like, hey, this is still my jersey, come and take it from me.
And Bundy Aki was immense. Do you see any of this, friend?
Best 12 in the
I love
world.
when you do your research, eh?
I
It's great.
honestly didn't even know they played.
I sent the run sheet out a week ago as well.
I've got to say it, but Pandiaki has
things
to be the
going on.
best 12 in the world.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see him down here.
Who even competes against him? I thought last year it was Hunter, but Hunter was not that great.
Will Hunter get the chance to go against him? We'll see.
Yeah, interesting.
France 43, Wales 0.
Anton Dupont.
Holy.
He was back. Dupont was back.
Anton Dupont was unbelievable. In the first half alone, it was
it's
like
crazy.
3 tries. So it's like line breaks, just
Crossfield
ripped them to
kick.
shreds, crossfield kick. Like I was watching it going, this is a different French team. Like I think they win the Six Nations now.
Crossfield kicks from halfback, eh?
Yeah. It just like ducks out.
Yeah,
bang.
and then bang.
On the other side, Wales, they're falling apart. Where to from here?
Is that 7? Did they win a game in the tour at the back end of last year?
I thought they were donut. I thought they won nothing.
I think they're like 16, 17 losses in a row.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
it's
bad.
Like
So
they
they
were
play-
at 13 or 14 at the start of that.
So they play Italy this week. I reckon they lose that. Gatlin's gone.
Yeah, I don't see them beating Italy.
That's what I'm saying.
What happened to them? At one point, they were
They
soaring
were
high.
good at the
eh?
World Cup.
World
yeah.
Cup. This
Yeah.
They
lot,
surprised
23.
everyone.
Yeah.
Look at what they did to us. And then Scotland 31, Italy 19. Italy did push them, got it to within 2 points, I believe, at one stage, and then Scotland kicked
Shout
away.
out to Tom Jordan.
Oh yeah, Kiwi boy.
Yeah, I actually played with him back in Waikato. He sort of struggled to get his foot in the door for NPC. Like he was a bit younger then and took a sort of contract over in Ayr with like Lanaken that played and worked his way into Glasgow. He's always been an unreal trainer. Like trains the house down, works really, really hard, and sort of see him get rewarded and playing good at the international stage is so well deserving.
Has he done a similar thing to what Sione did? Sort of go over there, get your residence.
Yeah, but he didn't even really have the. Oh, I don't even know if he did his residence. Oh no, he's been there a while.
Yeah, right.
But like he didn't even have like the Super Rugby or any of that stuff. He sort of just flowed into it, went there on a little opportunity, and I guess turned everything around and made every post a winner. And now he's been playing international
done.
footy and playing well.
How cool. Perth Sevens as well got underway. Aussie women got it done. Did you watch that final? It was epic, eh? It was quite
It was a good game.
back and forth. Yeah.
Good to see Aussie women step up without Maddie.
And
We've sat here and talked about
who's it?
she's a massive loss.
Faith, one of them didn't play as well. There's 2 of them was out.
She's got a cool hand cast now though.
Yeah, this
Broken thumb.
It's a thick thing, isn't it?
Yeah, she's got a cast now from here to here. She's got a new one today.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
like a proper
Is it
the fiberglass
operation?
one.
Like
Yeah,
she had
she had a
surgery?
thumb up. She broke her thumb fending.
Jesus.
Jeez.
And that was good. And then the Aussie men, they went well. Obviously, that final was.
Hayden carved up.
Hayden was.
I was going to
unreal.
say he played real well.
Yeah.
I'm glad they started him, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about time. I think he's been deserving that starting jersey for a long time, and he's just gone in there and dominated. So
Well, he missed
better
the
keep
final as well. I think was he out injured. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
it.
really?
Was he?
I don't think he played the
I
final.
didn't get to watch the
And
final.
then
I was drunk.
they got spanked. But yeah, that clutch
Part of
field goal,
rugby.
So were you.
Was it?
We were posting
Oh,
this was
yeah,
a Sunday
yeah,
night.
yeah.
It was
That was a weekend as a 9, wasn't it?
Yeah, so after the game finished, it was
that's fair.
beers on beers on beers.
But good to see Sarge playing well.
Yeah.
He did that clutch kick to take it extra time.
Yeah,
as well.
that
like,
That was unreal.
beast.
So good to see him getting it done over in the West. Let's go to Six Nations Week 2, boys. Bit of a picks and preview here. We'll go through your thoughts. So Italy and Wales. Italy are the favourites, $1.36. Wales are $3. The line's 7.5. Predictions on this one, boys.
Did you say England, Wales?
Italy, Wales.
Italy, Wales. I think Italy gets it done.
Yeah, and covers the line.
I just don't know where Wales are strong on the field at the moment. Their rolling maul's not too bad,
Yeah.
and I think when you lose so many games like that, the pressure to win becomes so great that it sometimes makes you perform a lot worse than you actually are. And I think they're in that position
What's
right
that
now.
habit of losing, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know what I mean?
Well, it's just you get so like, oh, we can't lose.
Yeah, that.
The mindset's not, we need to win. What can we do to win? The mindset just becomes real negative, if that makes sense, and it can affect how you play. So, yeah, I just don't see them getting out of that mindset. And Italy's, they pushed Scotland last week, and they've actually improved a lot over the last 12 months.
Yeah, I'll join you. Italy too, good there. England $2.65, France $1.45. Line's 5.5. Should be a belter.
I think France covered that line.
Yeah, same.
Too good. England off a loss. Will it be better at home? I think.
I just think the French with Dupont are just such a different football team.
Yeah.
Like, he was unbelievable, and I think he'll do it again. Like, he just makes that French team 10 times better.
I'll go England plus the points. I'll keep it close. What'd you say?
Yeah, France. Cover the line.
Then finally, Scotland versus Ireland, $2.75. The Scots $1.42. The Irish 5.5 again is the number.
I'm going Scotland.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same
I was going to
thing.
join you.
No, I'll go the Irish. Who's at home?
Scotland.
No, I'll go the Irish.
Finn Russell show.
I think
Yeah. What is he? The Lionel Messi of rugby.
Is that what they call
That's
him?
what he calls himself. Yeah.
He calls himself
Well, he
that?
said it in that documentary and it went viral a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just think Ireland's being sort of counted out because they've just lost a lot of big games lately.
Yeah.
But they're still a quality side. Like, they won the Six Nations last year.
France did. Oh, no, Ireland
No, they did,
Ireland
yeah. And I think people are forgetting that, and I think they get the job done.
Okay. Well, up the Scots for us,
Yeah,
eh? I
yeah.
like it. There we go. So Six Nations is kicking off. Obviously, Super Rugby gets started next week, so we'll get into that a bit heavier, obviously, next week. But I want to go into a bit of Super Bowl preview, boys. Super Bowl on Monday for us. The Chiefs and the Eagles, the line is 1.5. The Chiefs are the favourite. Give me your who wins it, score, MVP, and maybe anytime touchdown if you got one.
All right, I'm bringing it up. I've already put 50 on this.
Oh, there we go.
Holy shit.
It's locked in.
Super Bowl. I went. So I didn't. So I've gone Philadelphia to win. Saquon Barkley over 40 points. So Saquon Barkley first touchdown scorer. Over 40.5 points, and then AJ or Jalen Hurts to
Philly
score.
scoring over.
No, like 40 is the whole game.
Oh, total. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, and then either of AJ Brown or Jalen Hurts. So I think Philly wins. Saquon gets MVP.
Yeah, I think if Philly wins, he does. That's a given. What's that paying? That's
It's
juicy.
only like 50. It's like $30.
That's right. 30 to 1.
Oh no, $12. Sorry.
There you go.
So 50 on it pays out 600.
So the Eagles to win. Okay. You have a score for me?
If I was to score predict, I'm gonna go 34-30 to the Eagles.
High scoring. Do you know yours?
The last Super Bowl was.
Everyone hates the Chiefs at the moment, eh?
Yeah, I'm picking the Eagles to win.
Yeah.
And Saquon, he'll get MVP. He's just been too good. He's unstoppable.
Fuck,
Behind that O-line.
It scares me. I was going to join you, but I don't know if I want to now.
Why?
Well, I just think we'll all go for the Eagles. Chiefs on 3 in a row.
Oh, fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah. I had 28-22 Eagles. Barkley MVP. Barkley anytime.
Jalen Hurts anytime.
Yeah.
Tush
the,
push.
Or the QB sneak, he likes to call it.
Yeah, that's a tush push, mate. Tush push.
You hear him say that in the press conference this week?
What?
He's
Yeah.
like, so you guys call it the tush push. I call it the QB sneak. As he said.
Look, and to be honest, there probably is a bit of bias against the Chiefs. They've obviously won the last two, and I think it comes from
They
the
shouldn't
amount
have
of-
won. Yeah.
the amount of close games
Yeah.
they've had this year in particular. Like, I don't think this Chiefs team's as good as last year's team,
No way.
or even the year before.
That's the chart, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you saw the one against the Bills, like the Josh Allen. Like, you could argue that to the death that he got that first down in a crucial part of the game, 4-1, and it's like those calls have been going their way a lot, and that normally happens with the better teams. They do get that, but there's been so many this year that if what's his name, Goodell, the
Roger Goodall.
when
Goodell.
you have to make a comment about it as the commissioner that there's no refs conspiracy,
Yeah.
it kind of
It's
you're
been the
starting to go.
headlines, yeah.
Everyone's starting to go. This is ridiculous. So, I think with a comment like that being made, I think the Eagles are going to get a lot of calls in the Super Bowl. because otherwise everyone's
Maybe
just going to be
even
up in arms.
subconsciously, the referee's like,
Yeah,
you know
like
what
you know,
I mean? It's on their
like
mind.
that idea has been put in their head a lot.
But that does tend to happen, like when there are great players on a team, they
Everyone said
tend
that
to
about,
get like the rub of the
Patriots.
green.
Yeah, and
For
that's what
years,
Bill
everyone said about
Belichick
the
said this
Patriots.
week.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing. They got all the calls because that was good.
Yeah, exactly. Same as like Storm as well, like
Yeah.
in the NRL when
Panthers.
Cam Smith was there.
You get a lot of
Yeah,
things.
people
go
just
your way.
yeah, it's the same stuff. But this might also fuel the Chiefs too. Like fuck this, all this drama. Like
I just think the D that Philly has is unreal, and if they can stop Kelsey, I just don't think there's a genuine number one option on the Chiefs outside of Kelsey. Are you letting Xavier Worthy or
D-Hop,
D Hop's?
he's just old as.
Yeah, like
it's Pacheco.
Pacheco's back as a running back, but
He's always an option. He was last year.
well, he's Kareem Hunt's been taking a lot of his things lately.
Hmm.
But I will say this: Andy Reid is a great coach,
Yeah.
and if anyone can neutralize
Barkley.
Saquon Barkley in the NFL with Belichick especially gone, because they would have been my two. Andy Reid's the guy to do it.
Interesting stuff. You guys doing anything for it? Or are you working
I'm working, but
What day is it?
Monday.
Monday morning?
I have a double spare the afternoon, so
I'm getting work
working
off.
on at work.
Are you busy?
Yeah. Oh no, I've got to give my nothing.
Okay. So there we go. All in the Eagles to get it done in the Super Bowl. Let's look at Super Rugby, some of the Australian teams, boys. Also, Super Rugby
You said
Fantasy.
starting with our teams.
Huh?
On your list, you said our teams, not Australian teams.
I thought it said Oz.
I'm just being smart ass.
Okay.
Oh.
Hilarious. Super Rugby Fantasy, you gonna do that?
No,
I thought you love it. You're a big fantasy guy.
Yeah, no.
it
no.
just doesn't have the same thing. though.
It's a lot of work.
Once you've done the NFL fantasy, you can't.
How'd you
do
go
any
this
of
year, by the way,
others.
in the end?
I lost in the toilet bowl. Which means I came. Oh no, I didn't even make the toilet bowl. I was last.
Oh.
I think.
Is there a punishment for that? Isn't always there.
Yeah, but I quit my job.
He's gonna have to do sweeping for a week.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's go through each team and sort of what we sort of predict. Overall look at the squad and our expectations. We'll start with who we think is going to go very well this year, the Queensland Reds. Big signings, big recruitment, stacking that tight five. Give me your overall summation there, Rian.
I honestly don't know what they're going to do with their type 5.
Same.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't really pick who goes with. Actually, mainly loose forwards and locks. I think the props are pretty set, eh? Yeah. I don't know what's going to go on there, but the back line, you've got Fluke, you've got Dalgunu. Who's the 10 there?
Liner, is he going to be the main man?
Yeah, I think Liner gets it over HMP at the moment.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of experience in that Wallaby squad, which should help him too.
Paisami 12. Who will they going to do 13?
Fluke will go 13. Dongunu will be on a wing. I think Lockie Anderson's on the
Yeah.
other, and
Chock.
Jock at the back.
Fuck, it's
That is a stacked back
Do you know
line.
what we're missing?
And the forward pack is going to be more
Oh, can't forget the junkyard dog though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I reckon he'll
Is
get
he
it over
out?
Lockie Anderson.
Is he injured at the moment?
Did he not
He's
play?
not. He's not been playing on that
He didn't play
overseas
at all?
tour. I'm sure I didn't see him there.
Oh, okay. Well, who's... Oh, because...
He'll get the nod over Anderson, I think.
But isn't Anderson right wing and Tim and Dalgunu both left?
Honestly, it's not that hard sometimes to switch.
Yeah, but you know, like being a winger, someone that want to stay.
Yeah, you can play both, but
Yeah, I would have thought, unless I want a big body over Anderson. Anyway, we'll see. What are you going to do for that forward pack?
Anderson's a pretty big body.
That's what I'm saying. He is.
Yeah.
So you got who? You got Alex Hodgman, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fezler.
Fez.
You got Zane.
Zane and JTA, they obviously rotate, but the interesting one is the progression of Massimo.
Yeah, all playing a
Has
chat.
he been killing
He
it?
just played Aussie A. Like he's
Yeah.
obviously in that equation as well.
Yeah. And then I think
I think our
the
boy
locks are gonna be so.
Surely our boy
I
Joshy
think,
Cannon.
I think Josh. But then you got Blythe, who was just like pretty heavy in the Wallabies.
They all were though.
and Matt
Lucan.
Smith.
So I think it's
Matt
Lucan and
Smith.
Cannon.
Yeah.
I think they get it. Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith's not on
Yeah.
that.
Ryan Smith, they have really high on him to the Reds because his work rate's really well. So him and Blythe, I think, are fighting for that bench spot.
That's crazy, isn't it?
They're
both capped Wallabies.
Look,
Yeah.
selfishly, I want it to be Ryan Smith, and Blythe comes and plays for us.
For us.
But genuinely, I would love to see Blythe still get that role because I think he still has a lot of untapped potential with his size and how good he's
I
sort
thought he
of
went alright at test
progressing.
level too.
Yeah, and I thought he
Like-
was great as well. So it'd be really interesting to see how that goes.
And then we got
McWright locks down 7. Wilson locks down 8.
Uru.
It'll be Liam Wright if he's good to go.
Oh yeah,
Liam Wright 6, and then I think Sidhu gets that
that's crazy.
role at 20.
Yeah,
Which
that's
means
what-
guys like Joe Bryle and John Bryant aren't even really in the equation, who are young guys coming through.
And I've heard like heaps of really good stuff about, I think that Brian fella.
Yeah, he played well for South
The
last
Joe
year.
Bro.
I can't remember which
No,
one.
it's John
UQ.
Bryant, Aussie 20.
John Bryant is
is
the one
South,
from, yeah.
and Joe
He
Bryant's
can hit. He
UQ.
hits
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
brick, bro.
Mm.
Let's go to the Waratahs. So we both said we're all saying Reds going to make the final.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
That's what we're saying. Yeah, so you're saying Tyler?
I think they'll be there or thereabouts. I still don't know if Tom Lyon is the guy to guide them to.
That's the only.
That-
Yeah,
I think him and Tate, like Tate's obviously got a lot of experience, but Tate still I don't think's proven in like tight games. Like
He does.
he does some unreal stuff, but then sometimes his passing and his box kicking really let him down.
Or even it's just little jinx and it just
Yeah.
completely shuts
Silly.
down the phase play.
Like
Well,
if they played a semi in the wet, I reckon they'd be cooked.
Mm.
Because I don't think they played well. Like we saw them when they played Moana last
Yeah,
year.
look,
I know there's a bit more experience in that pack this time
Yeah.
around. It could be a different team, another year under Les Kiss as well. His sort of philosophies as a coach might start to rub off more and they look a lot better. But I don't know. It's hard to go past the Blues.
give me a number where they finish.
Top 4.
Okay.
Definitely top 4.
Okay, I like it. All right, let's go to the Waratahs. They are the heavy and hot team at the moment. They drew in their trial on the weekend 36-all against the Brumbies. Obviously, big signing Joseph Suoli'i, Taniela Tupou's back in the mix as well.
Rob Leota,
Rob Leota, Kellaway.
Isaac
Lancaster.
Kalia.
Yeah, the names keep coming, don't they?
Yeah, they've just.
On
Another
paper, there's no reason why this team shouldn't be top 4.
Yeah. I agree.
Do we agree?
New coach who's
Oh, I don't know about
Proven.
top 4.
You reckon?
Well, then they would have to knock off 3 New Zealand teams. Because the Reds.
I think they can.
Do you reckon?
Unless the Crusaders turn it around. I think the Landers have lost too many players. And
Yeah.
players like Billy Harmon are big losses. I think the Hurricanes, I think Geordie Barrett's a huge loss for them. I think
And Artie Savez.
Artie
gone.
Sav, well, he didn't play last year.
Very true.
I think still that 10 position, I think Brett Cameron and Aidan Morgan are both out or something. Like they've got a little bit of depth problem at 10. Like it's going to be interesting to see how they go
We'll
as
get,
well.
we'll get to New Zealand next week a little bit.
Yeah.
Tane Edmund, is he the man at 10?
Yeah.
He's their guy.
100.
And then,
Did you see how he played for Harbour? There's a reason he
Yeah.
got called into the Wallaby
so who's
squad.
Crichton's
Tane
going to be
Edmund. It's
back up?
Tane Edmund now.
It's Tane
Yeah,
Edmund.
Tane, yeah.
Yeah, Crichton's back up, but Crichton obviously is good off the bench too because he covers fullback as well and can play a bit of 12 if needed. Lalakai Fakiti, hopefully back and fit as well.
Yeah. Who's their 13 option?
Sully.
Well,
Joseph Sully.
no, well, he's been named at fullback the last few weeks.
What?
Have you read this? The training was a 15 option as well.
Who's their 13?
That's what I asked you. You're the expert.
Oh, who did they have last year,
They
wasn't
had
it?
that Joey Walton,
Joey Walton, they might be high on him.
was thereabouts. Because also they lost Parisi.
Yeah. He's gone to. Was it?
I think he
Leinster?
needs to be 13.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I think, I agree too, but
Well, who is their fullback? Who was their fullback last year?
it's whether you play Kellaway at 15 this year.
Yeah, I'd go
Callaway
Callaway
15, yeah.
And
And who's their
wing-
wingers?
Yeah, that's a good question. 'Cause Dylan Peach
Peach
has gone to Force. Jorgensen.
Oh, yeah.
Jorgensen's on the wing.
Yeah.
Who's the other one?
Um,
They got that Tristan Riley. They've got that
we got
Joey Walton can play on the wing as well. Are we missing a big
Darby
man?
Lancaster.
Darby Lancaster. There's your
Oh,
two
yeah,
wingers
yeah.
there.
So you got
Callaway
Darby,
at the back.
Callaway, and then
Jorgensen, that's your back three.
Yeah.
And
So in this trial again, they had Joey Walton at 12, Faketi at 13, and then Sully at 15.
who are the wingers?
Kellaway and Jorgensen.
Which means when Lancaster, I think, comes, but he's got to get to that
So
wing.
you're saying that Laketti goes to 12, Sully goes 13.
Yep.
That's your best. And Kellaway
Yep.
15.
and
Yeah,
that's a
has to.
stacked
That's a
back
good
line.
back line, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Who's 9? Jake Gordon.
Jake Gordon
Correct.
at 9.
Skipper.
That's
10
a stacked
Tane.
back line.
I reckon Tane Edmed's going to push Noah for that 10 jersey. I think those are your big two
Yep.
this year.
Arguably, that's a better back line than the Reds,
Reds.
back line.
I think it's a better back line than Reds, but I think the pack's going to be close. But I think the Reds have the better pack solely off experience and the sort of continuity of playing together.
So Waratahs forward pack. You got Tupou,
Angus Bell,
Angus Bell,
Angus Bell.
Dave
Tupou.
Parecki.
Dave Parecki will be back.
That's a gun front row.
That's Wally's
With
right.
Isaac Clear off the bench.
Oh yeah, Isaac Kalia off the bench.
I
And
think
second
actually,
rowers.
but I think the good thing about Isaac Clear being there is now with Angus Bell, you don't have to overplay him because he's had a lot of injuries the last couple of years that they can sort of
yeah.
play him 50, 60 minutes as a guy coming off the bench.
True.
Who's their backup
Um,
tight head? Sam Talakai still around?
Julian Heaven is a backup hooker.
No idea.
Felix Kalaipu.
Who's the second rowers?
Yeah, so they had remember Ben Grant went to my school. He played at Bond Colts.
Yeah, we know Ben Grant.
Miles
Was he the
Em-
one that played?
He played for the Hurricanes too.
Oh yeah, Miles Emenacero is the big one. Young, he'll probably start, and then I'm not really sure who the other one is. Hugh Sinclair.
Hugh Sinclair. Yeah, I've
Swinton's gone, He's overseas.
Yeah. But in the back row we know Leota, Gamble, Langy Gleason.
yeah.
He's looked good in the trials, Gleason.
He just signed to go overseas too. See that?
Oh no
He's
way.
gone to France.
I think the Reds have the pack there, but I will say this: Dan McKellar had that Brumbies forward pack humming when he was there. Like their rolling maul was unstoppable, and I think we're going to see a lot more out of that pack. I think he's going to get Taniela Tupou fit, and we're going to see him in good form. And I think they're actually going to be a lot better than we expect. Like reading those names.
So he's someone that hasn't reached his full potential yet.
Yeah. Oh, you know who we've
Tupou.
missed? Rob Leota.
No,
I've
we
seen him
said
at 6.
We said him at
Yeah,
6.
6.
Do you reckon
I
6?
reckon he could get pushed into the 2 row, and they find
Yeah.
another 6.
True.
Reckon?
He's played a lot of 2 row.
So let's go predictions on the where you see the Waratahs
I
finishing
think top
in
6.
the end. Make the finals?
I think top 4 is a stretch because I don't think they've played enough to get there in its first year with McKellar as coach.
Yeah, that's a bit of a prediction. I'll get them back to finals footy this year.
I don't know. There's so many good teams this year. Where are you fitting the Brumbies?
We'll get to them. Give me your number. What do you think, Ree?
8.
Okay. Let's go to the Brumbies. They are going to be strong again this year. They still have Larkham at the helm. No massive signings coming in, just consistent, really.
They've got the centre from
David
the Rebels.
Fayaway.
Yeah.
He goes to
I
12.
think he butchered that.
I did. Fallaway? I don't know. It was
Salty. I don't know for away what. Yeah, I know Davey. I can't even think of his last name. I apologise, Davey.
It's if I forget the correct pronunciation.
Oh no, I'm not even having a go at that. I'm alright.
But Hudson Crichton, 13.
Nah.
Corey
He won't be
Toole.
the 13. Leonard Cattell will be the 13.
Leonard Cattell, and then
back,
you
yeah.
got. Bro, I think that all the Brumbies like were missing last year was a dominant 12, and now they've
100%.
got it. And now they've got it.
I reckon Hudson is Ollie Sepsid still there?
Yep.
He's there 23. I don't think Crichton makes the 23.
Muirhead,
Yep, wing.
wing. Who's the fullback?
Tom Wright.
Tom
Tom
Wright's
Wright,
fullback.
sorry.
Corey Toole on the other.
Oh my
And then
goodness. this is
Lonigan and
stacked
Noah
up.
in the halves.
Yep.
That's good, isn't it?
Forward pack's good too. Like I think they're Reece Van Neck will be on the bench, but they have Alatoa. They'll have
Well, Tuolima's gone down there.
yeah.
The Rebels?
They'll have both those hookers. The one that got injured last year, Ryan Lonigan will be back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not Ryan. What's the other one's name?
Lachlan Lonigan?
Lachlan Lonigan, and the one that was in the is it Billy Pollard.
Yep.
They'll have 2 good hookers.
Yeah, bang.
You've obviously got the one. What's his name? He played in the Wallabies, didn't he?
Tom Hooper.
Tom Hooper.
And then Caden Neville still running
There-
around.
who's the loose head? Prop. The one.
Blake Shop.
Blake Shop's back. There's someone else that was
Reese Van Neck.
Reece Van Neck's more of a tight head. Who's the other one? Scott Seo's
I
out.
always love that guy's playing Super Rugby.
Tom Robinson's fourth. There's someone else that's a loose head that I cannot think of right now that's in there as well.
Slipper?
Slipper. That's who I'm thinking of.
He's still going.
The great man, yeah.
You got James Slipper and Blake Shop. Whatever it is. They're both there.
Yeah, Jesus.
They've obviously got locks. I don't think Twain will get much time at lock.
6?
Maybe at 6, yeah.
Who they got there? Neville and
Neville. They've got 3 of
Neville's
them.
there.
The Frost.
oh yeah,
Lukey
Nick
Rama
Frost.
as well. He's a weapon.
Lukey
At
Rama.
yeah,
7.
he's a beast.
Luke Ryan with the nod at 7. Jerome Brown's obviously gone back to Chiefs land.
Damn, they've got some depth. This is
I
good.
think they're top 6 as well. I think we're going to have a 3-3 split in the
Remember,
top
it's only
6.
top 6 now, so we've got 3 New Zealand teams.
What about Fiji?
It's not 8 anymore.
Nah.
It's 6 this year.
So I reckon you're going to have
Mine.
Blues, Chiefs, one of Saders or
Canes.
Canes. I think the Saders will turn it around. If they don't, they need to get rid of that coach because their
He
team
won't
this year,
survive it.
this year on paper they are stacked. And then I think you can have Reds, Tars, and Brumbies.
So you've got Brumbies top 6.
Yep.
You?
I think that's my 6.
Yeah, top 6 because I put Waratahs out of it.
I'm going to go they don't miss out. I'm going to go 7. I reckon they don't put together. And
Brumbies?
The other, the other Aussie teams stand up.
You don't think the Brumbies are going to make the 6?
No, I'll go they fall short.
So who's going to make it over them?
This is my bold prediction. This is what I'm saying.
Remember when
did
we were
bold
talking about the Rebels
Fiji
team
come
last year and how stacked they were?
Yeah.
A team of champions and not a champion team.
Yeah.
Remember how we were talking about how good the Rebels were going to be last year leading into
No,
the
but
comp?
I think that's more talking about the Tars. We can't forget
Yeah.
this Brumbies team.
Yeah, the Brumbies.
Yeah, that's what I
have
mean.
been
That's
rolling for
that's what I'm
years.
saying. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like
Yeah.
We get excited by the star power.
yeah.
But that's the thing. I think the Reds and Brumbies are my 2 safer picks in the Tars.
Yeah.
Because those 2 teams
Yeah.
have been rolling.
I agree. Yeah,
And they have continuity and
And they
same
have
coach
continuity. And yeah. The Waratahs are the team that I think Dan McKellar can turn them around, and that's why they make the 6.
And
That's almost a complete rebuild.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from a rugby public point of view, we want the Waratahs to go well. 'Cause it's just, not from a Queenslander point of view, but it's
Yeah,
good
I
for the
know what you
game.
mean.
You know what I mean? To have the SFS busy. And then our final team, the boys out west, the Western Force.
They're not making the 6.
Okay. They have picked up some good signings. Obviously, Mac Greeley's gone out
Every
there.
freaking year they pick up good signings.
Can we be optimistic?
No, you did this last time we sat here. At this time last year in the podcast, and we told you they're going to be 10th or 11th.
Are you
Yeah.
saying it again? You're going to
Yeah,
be
Yes.
shit house.
I just like Ben Donaldson, Nick White, Findsy, like they got potential there, but I just don't think they have the firepower.
So they got obviously Hamish Stewart will be 12.
Like Hamish Stewart, safe player, not firepower for me.
Yeah, I agree. He's not X Factor.
Bailey Kunzel will probably be their 13.
He's gone. No, he did his knee. Gone for the year.
Who's their 13?
Got Pasatoa in their trial game this weekend.
Rajan.
Is a 10.
Yeah,
They moved to 13. Like they don't have
Harry Potter could end
Firepower.
up there maybe.
Harry Potter or fullback. Yeah, because Kirtley's gone
Curly's signed.
again. Like 10 years ago, yes.
Okay. So not confident at all. It's done.
No.
No.
Are they going to get the wooden spoon?
They got Tizano.
Tazano's there.
Yeah. Jeremy Williams is there. Johnson Holmes.
He's one I reckon could have a big season. Johnson
Darcy
Holmes.
Swain's there. Bit of mongrel.
On the fullback's not bad.
They're selling that Ekuasi from the Rebels. You know that big number 8?
Yeah.
He's a bit of a beast, but yeah, I'm trying to. Pango Mosa's there.
I just don't think they have the firepower.
No, they don't. The more I look at it, the worse it gets.
Yeah, I think they're down the bottom end of the table.
As much as I want the Force to be good, I think.
Is it 13
Do we do
teams?
Fiji in this as well?
Sure, we can do
Yeah,
that.
okay.
All right, so we go the Force 10 and below. That's what you're saying. What, 9 but there's only 11 teams.
Yeah, I think they're 10, 11.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck.
10, 11.
Tough, isn't it?
I don't
Do
see
you reckon
them,
that Moana or...
Look, I don't see them being better than any of the 5 New Zealand teams. Maybe the Landers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then the Drua creep up the table a bit because they freaking win at home all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll have this. They'll get a couple of scalps. The Force weren't even good at home last year.
And their draw this year is terrible.
Yeah, like I just
They're on the road
can't
so
see
much.
them. Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Tough year for the Force again. All right, let's go to the Fiji and Drua. They just fell short of the finals last year. They didn't make it, did they? Well, they did.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Didn't.
Oh,
Well, no, didn't they
I thought they were 8.
make it and got spanked?
They got smoked by the Blues.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was Blues,
Mm. Yeah, I think
Hurricanes. Was it Hurricanes 1 or Blues, Hurricanes, Chiefs, Brumbies,
Reds.
Reds.
Highlanders snuck in?
I think the Drua might have snuck in over the Landers.
Yeah, I reckon they were one of those guys.
Brumbies, yeah.
So there's only 6 in the
Saders
finals?
didn't make it.
Correct. 11
Okay,
teams.
So
6
much
in the
better.
finals.
Much
yeah,
better.
definitely.
Anyway, so new year for the Drua. They got a new coach, Glenn Jackson. Is at the helm?
the ref.
Out there.
Yeah, the ref. Yep. He's the coach because Mick Byrne got another gig somewhere else. Oh, no, he's the national coach. That's why. Fiji national
Oh,
coach.
yeah, yeah.
What do we think?
Drua.
Yeah.
Look,
I think I might have put the Waratahs down too low. What did I put them at? What did I put them at? I put them at 8.
You said did not make the finals.
the problem I have
Fiji
with
ninth.
the problem I have with the Drua is that they've got the potential, and I've seen some good things in their training, like some clips and whatnot, but
Mhm.
it's just their inability at the moment to win away from home.
Yeah.
Like
it's the same shit every year.
Can't back them to make the 6. If it was 8, I'd say yes, they're in.
Yeah.
Because I think they might get a couple on the road, but yeah, with it only being 6 teams, I can't see them finishing that high if they can't win away from home, and I don't know how that changes when it's kind of a drilled-in mindset at the moment.
I can't wait to watch Super Rugby this year. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
It's
Next
gonna
week,
be,
mate, it's back.
it's so much more competitive.
Yeah, I agree. So as far as I guess the names we know for the Drua, Caleb Muntz, I hope he can be fit on the field.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
Yosefa Marcy at 13. He's a weapon. Who's the Dalmunda? No,
Yeah. The
Raumunda.
Rabu Dalmundo or something.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a weapon.
Yep.
Drua Sessi still there?
Yep.
Fullback.
Look,
Yeah.
Talent-wise, there's no issue. They just, I don't know what it is. It's just that mindset away from home.
Yeah. I think.
It's the only thing I have against them at the moment. If they
Discipline as well.
they
a
could,
little
yeah,
bit.
they could prove us wrong, but
I think there'll be a weapon
yeah.
in Fiji again. That'll be a tough place to play.
But the thing is around that is obviously teams expect it a bit more now.
Yeah, it'll wear
Like
off.
it's
Maybe.
carried them a bit.
True.
That I don't think teams are going to go to Fiji with that little bit of complacency that they've had in the past, which will make it a bit harder for them again.
All right, where do they end up?
I think they end up 8.
Okay.
I'm going to go 8.
I'm going to go 9th.
Yeah, 9th.
Yeah,
I put. What have we got left? We should have written this down.
Well, next week I'm going to ask you guys to give me your full top 6 predictions.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
post them out there for the people. See how we go. There we go. All right, we'll get into some New Zealand previews, then obviously, of course, round 1 next week when we on the pod. But before we wrap up, QPR boys, obviously.
Get rid of the sternum law.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it already.
How's preseason been? Looks tough.
You know, that's what was good about the 9s, though.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah, you just smoke anyone, eh?
Someone was trying to shoulder charge everything that moved.
That's rugby league.
I caught so many swinging arms.
Probably
The pink headgears are pretty
and the
standout
pink boots
target.
too. You're an
Yeah.
easy target.
Pink mouth guard.
But down too quick. Preseason's been good.
Yeah.
Like obviously building nicely. A few new boys down there that have sort of landed sort of in our sort of front porch that we didn't actually need to recruit,
Perfect.
which has been good. And hopefully we can improve on last year. I think a year of experience for a lot of our younger boys is going to help, but it's going to be tough. A lot of teams have recruited really, really well. Like I've seen, well, you hear, sorry,
Yeah, you always
you won't see until the first team lists are out, but
Yeah.
sounds like a few teams have done some good recruitment, and guess we'll find
West.
out come, not just West, but I think Brothers as well. I know they've picked up Jude Gibbs, and I think
Yeah.
that's a good pickup at 10, someone who probably will play a bit of
Or
footy for
he's
them.
a straight swap for Lawson
Yeah.
when he'd come back in.
So, no, it'll be interesting to see how it all goes, but just hope we can keep building on what we've done and just find out round 1.
I like it. Big show tonight. We'll wrap it up there. Anything else you want to add, Ree?
No, get rid of the sternum law.
Lovely. It's good to see you guys again. We're back.
Yeah, good to be
Back in
back.
business.
Yeah, I got something to add.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, bro, that is fucking
Stitch up.
so
So
bad.
obviously, it wasn't. If I tell the
I
story,
look like 50 years older.
Yeah,
and
they
then
fucked it up.
I look a little bit special.
so I gave them 5 different options, and I wanted a little collage, and they chose the worst one, and they fucked it up. So I'm gonna get you one made.
Goodness.
As soon as I got it, I'm like, the boys are gonna hate this.
Bro, when
But
you
then you
posted that, as
post
soon
it.
as I looked
Well,
at it,
I
I was like, this is a
Well, I paid
stitch
for
up.
it, so I got to use it. So anyway, I'll get a new one made.
Mate, get a refund.
I'll get a new one. New one
He's
made.
like edited my teeth out of it.
Yeah, struggle.
Oh.
The intern. Done.
I like how yours was perfect.
It's funny
Yeah,
that.
yeah, look at his. Nice.
Apologies to the guy who made it. We're not blaming you. We're blaming him.
Yeah.
No, I'm blaming you.
It was a man from Thailand, and he cooked it.
That's what happens when you go cheap.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is my own fault. Going real budget. Anyway, boys, I'll fix it up. We'll get it sorted.
You're a media guy.
Thanks.
Be better.
All right, I will. Anyway, great to be with you once again. If you enjoy the podcast, make sure you tell your friends. And we're on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube as well. We're back for the next little while, and we've got Regan for a little bit longer as well. So until next time, see you next week.
Yep.
Later, boys.
Perfect.